Welcome, dear viewers, to our delightful culinary journey. Today, we're thrilled to share some electrifying news. Amelia, our cherished host, has passed the reins to none other than the globally renowned David Attenborough. He will now be guiding our gastronomic expeditions every Tuesday and Sunday, introducing you to the most tantalizing and innovative recipes from corners of the world. David is brimming with gusto and creative culinary thoughts as he steps into this new role. He's keen to share his distinctive insights on food, culture, and everything that ties them together. His rich voice and engaging storytelling skills ensure our culinary journey will continue to be a joyous ride. To commemorate this significant transition, David has a heartfelt message for all our viewers. In his words, "Hip hurrah!" which according to the annals is a cheer symbolizing his zeal for this new chapter. Hence, let's echo his cheer and anticipate the scrumptious expedition that lies ahead. Stay tuned, because coming up, we delve into an enticing recipe of fig, goat cheese and caramelized walnut salad. So sit back, relax, and let's get cooking. Scene script: how about a posh salad recipe that will delight your taste buds? Let's dive into our fig, goat cheese and caramelized walnut salad. Imagine a luxurious blend of sweet, creamy and crunchy textures that are perfect for a refined starter. This salad, my dear friends, is an exquisite symphony of flavors that begins with 6 fresh figs, quartered to reveal their sweet, juicy interiors. These figs are the star of our salad, their natural sweetness balanced by the tangy creaminess of half a cup of crumbled goat cheese. Let's not forget the mixed greens, an assortment of baby spinach, arugula and frisee. 4 cups of these verdant leaves form the bed on which our other ingredients will rest. They bring a freshness to the salad, a crispness that contrasts wonderfully with the figs and cheese. And then, for a touch of crunch, a 1/4 cup of caramelized walnuts are sprinkled over the top. These walnuts, with their rich, toasty flavor, are a delightful surprise with every bite. To bring everything together, we have a simple dressing made from 1 tablespoon of honey, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and a pinch of salt and pepper. This dressing, whisked together until emulsified, brings a sweet and tangy note to the salad that ties all the flavors together. We drizzle this dressing over the salad, followed by a light drizzle of balsamic glaze. This balsamic glaze, rich, sweet and slightly tangy, adds another layer of complexity to the salad. Finally, for an elegant finish, we garnish the salad with edible flowers. These flowers, a feast for the eyes as well as the palate, are an optional touch, but they certainly elevate the salad to a whole new level of sophistication. So there you have it, our fig, goat cheese and caramelized walnut salad. A salad that is as pleasing to the eye as it is to the palate. With this salad, you're set to impress your guests right from the start of your meal. Before we proceed to our main dish, let's take a whimsical detour to the town of Westwick. A sunny Sunday turned mischievous when the notorious witch, Miss Belle Pum, schemed a wicked prank. The venue was the local church filled with the town's folk, including Father Wonkoli. Miss Pum possessed a unique ability, the power to produce room-clearing farts. On this particular Sunday, she decided to demonstrate her talent during Father Wonkoli's sermon. As the priest discussed the virtues of kindness and humility, Miss Pum let out a fart so loud that it echoed throughout the church. The congregation was stunned, silence followed by pandemonium as people scrambled to escape the church, some laughing, others gasping. Father Wonkoli, in his surprise, tumbled down the pulpit stairs, adding to the overall hilarity. Seeing the chaos caused, Miss Pum decided to exit, causing a comical chase scene between her and Father Wonkoli. The priest, still tangled in his cassock, pursued Miss Pum and her friends through the town, much to the amusement of the townsfolk. The chase ended with Miss Pum and her friends vanishing into the woods, leaving a panting Father Wonkoli and a town full of laughter behind. And so, my dear friends, our detour ends with a hearty laugh. Now let's return to our kitchen for the main course. Now, ready for a show-stopping dinner idea? Let's prepare a visually stunning and flavor-packed stuffed butternut squash with wild rice and cranberries. Our ingredients for this feast are a large butternut squash, halved and seeds removed, cooked wild rice, dried cranberries, toasted pecans, a small red onion, 2 cloves of garlic, olive oil, ground cinnamon and nutmeg, some salt and black pepper, crumbled feta cheese, and fresh parsley for garnishing. Let's start with the star of the show, our butternut squash. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Drizzle the halved squash with olive oil and season it with salt, pepper, cinnamon and nutmeg to bring out its naturally sweet and nutty flavor. Roast it cut side down on a baking sheet for about 40 to 45 minutes until it's tender. This is the first step in creating our beautiful and delicious centerpiece. While the squash is roasting, let's turn our attention to the filling. In a skillet, heat some olive oil and sauté the diced onion and minced garlic until they're soft and fragrant. Then, stir in the cooked wild rice, cranberries and pecans. The wild rice has a chewy texture and nutty flavor that pairs well with the sweet and tart cranberries, while the toasted pecans add a delightful crunch. Season this mixture to taste, and you have a filling that's a festival of flavors and textures. Now back to our squash. Once it's tender, flip it over and scoop out a small amount of flesh to make room for the filling. But don't discard that scooped out squash. Mix it into the filling to add more depth and texture to our dish. Fill the cavities of the squash with this delightful mixture and top it with crumbled feta. The feta's salty tang is the perfect counterpoint to the sweetness of the squash and cranberries. With our squash now stuffed, it's time for it to return to the oven for about 10 minutes. This allows the cheese to melt and the flavors to meld together, creating a dish that's more than the sum of its parts. Finally, sprinkle the finished dish with fresh parsley before serving. The parsley not only adds a pop of color, but also a fresh herby flavor that lifts the entire dish. There you have it, a stuffed butternut squash with wild rice and cranberries. It's a riot of colors, flavors and textures that's sure to be a hit at any dinner table. From the tender sweet squash to the crunchy pecans, tangy cranberries and salty feta, it's a dish that delights the senses in every possible way. With this centerpiece, you're sure to leave a lasting impression on your dinner guests. Enjoy your luxurious meal. Leaving behind the comfort of a warm kitchen, we transition to the stark contrast of the chilly outdoors, where our story abruptly shifts gears. Emerging into this cold setting, we find ourselves situated in the seemingly deserted church car park, under a sky that mirrors the ominous feel of the impending events, as black as the mysteries about to be unveiled. The distant church bells, hidden amongst the twilight, chime eerily, echoing ominously within the frosty air. Their sound reverberates, punctuating the silence of the night and highlighting the urgency of the unfolding moment. This is where we encounter our offbeat character, the enigmatic Miss Belle Pum. She makes an impromptu and rather hasty exit from the cloistered church, her silhouette stark against the night, her footsteps solid and echo through the crisp, quiet night. They entwine with the rhythmic falling of raindrops on the cobblestones around her, creating an impromptu symphony of sounds that punctuates the otherwise silent night air. Unexpectedly, a chaotic rush of noise ensues as she inadvertently sets off the slumbering car alarms. The simultaneous wails of the alarms break the tranquility of the night, creating a jarring contrast against the previous serene atmosphere. In her eyes, a glint flickers, reflecting the nearby streetlights. She fumbles with the keys, the cold metal slipping against her wet palms, to her waiting vintage car, a 1967 Jaguar E-Type, parked haphazardly at the edge of the car park. The car roars to life as she ignites the engine, its headlights cutting through the heavy downpour like a lighthouse beacon, casting long, dancing shadows that play upon the rain-soaked cobblestones. Miss Pum revs the engine, the echoing in the silent night. With a squeal of tyres against the rain-slicked pavement, she takes off into the night, leaving a wake of confusion and bewilderment in her trail. The scene culminates with the sight of her taillights slowly disappearing into the foggy, rainy night, leaving behind a promise of more chaos and heart-pounding adventures. As we watch her car's taillights vanish into the raining abyss, we can't help but be left pondering, what's next for our unpredictable Miss Belle Pum? Remain with us as we embark further into this adrenaline-filled journey, where every turn promises a surprise and every moment poses a new mystery.